First contact deception. The holographic display in the Orbital Defense Command Center rippled with activity as three crystalline vessels emerged from hyperspace just beyond Mars' orbit. Admiral Maya Santos watched calmly, her dark eyes reflecting the shimmering projections while her fingers traced patterns on her neural interface band. Around her, the command center hummed with quiet efficiency. No panic, no rushed movements, just the measured response of a civilization that had long prepared for this moment. Arcadian design, Lieutenant Commander Jackson reported, his biosynthetic eye whirring as it analyzed the approaching ships. Matches the profiles we extracted from the Centauri deep space monitoring arrays. Crystalline quantum matrices, just as intelligence suggested. Maya nodded, suppressing a smile. The Arcadian Empire, self-proclaimed guardians of civilized space, had finally noticed humanity's deliberately leaked radio signals. Right on schedule. Status of Operation Wooden Horse, she asked, using their centuries-old code name for humanity's greatest deception. All obsolete satellites and debris are in position, Jackson confirmed. The facade is perfect. They're seeing exactly what we want them to see. Old chemical rockets, primitive communication arrays, and just enough nuclear weapons to make us look dangerous but manageable. Above Earth, thousands of carefully positioned pieces of space junk created the perfect illusion of a civilization just beginning to reach for the stars. It was humanity's greatest theater production, centuries in the making. The truth, their quantum-entangled communication network, biotech-enhanced population, and vast fleets hidden in dimensional pocket space remained perfectly concealed. The Arcadian ships approached with the casual confidence of a technological superior, their sensors sweeping Earth's orbit with what they believed to be undetectable quantum scans. They didn't realize that every probe, every analysis, was being monitored and subtly shaped by Earth's quantum AI networks. They're preparing their first transmission, announced Dr. Elena Chen from her biotechnology station. Her neural tendrils interface directly with Earth's quantum networks, giving her instant access to the vast array of hidden sensors monitoring the visitors. Want to bet it's their standard greetings primitive species message? Maya's lips curved into a knowing smile. No bet. Run it through the cultural analysis matrix. Let's see how predictable our guests are. The transmission arrived exactly as expected. A mathematical sequence followed by a greeting in multiple Earth languages, all composed with the carefully measured condescension of a civilization that believed itself to be vastly superior. Greetings, children of Earth. We are the Arcadian Empire, guardians of civilized space. Your radio emissions have reached our borders, and we come to evaluate your potential for advancement under our guidance. The command center staff maintained their professional composure, though Maya caught several suppressed smirks. Humanity had spent centuries studying the Arcadians and similar empires through their quantum observation networks. They knew exactly how this would play out. Send the prepared response, Maya ordered. Make sure it has just the right amount of awe and enthusiasm. We wouldn't want to disappoint our guests. Earth's reply was a masterpiece of deception, a carefully crafted message that portrayed humanity exactly as the Arcadians expected to find them. Eager, somewhat frightened, but showing just enough pride to need proper guidance. The Arcadian ships settled into high orbit, precisely where Earth's quantum gravity wells had subtly encouraged them to position themselves. From there, they would have the perfect view of humanity's apparent technological level, and absolutely no chance of detecting the true extent of Earth's capabilities. They're launching their observation drones, Jackson reported. Standard crystal tech design, completely vulnerable to our quantum interference patterns. Maya nodded, watching as the ethereal crystalline drones descended toward Earth's atmosphere. Each one was being quietly shadowed by microscopic quantum observers, feeding false data back to the Arcadian ships, while gathering every bit of information about their technology. Let them see our cities, she commanded. The careful mix of bright lights and industrial pollution. Just enough clean energy to show we're trying. Show them exactly what they expect to find. The greatest trick humanity had ever played wasn't just hiding their true capabilities. It was making their apparent technological level so perfectly believable that no one would think to look deeper. Every piece of visible technology on Earth had been carefully crafted to tell the same story. A young civilization on the brink of a quantum age, ripe for guidance from a superior power. As the first day of observation drew to a close, Maya received the preliminary analysis of the Arcadian ship's quantum matrices. The data confirmed what they had long suspected. The Empire's crystalline technology, while impressive, was fundamentally limited by its rigid structure. They had never explored the biological quantum computing that humanity had mastered centuries ago. "They're composing their initial report to the Empire," Elena announced, her neural tendrils pulsing with incoming data. "Would you like to hear their assessment of us?" "Please," Maya replied, settling back in her command chair. This would be good. Primitive civilization, showing promising development in basic quantum theory. Significant potential for advancement under proper guidance. Recommended for standard uplift protocols. Estimated time to acceptable civilization status: 3 centuries. The command center filled with quiet laughter. 3 centuries. Humanity had surpassed the Arcadians' current technology level over 200 years ago. But that was exactly what they wanted the Empire to think. "Perfect," Maya declared, rising from her chair. "Maintain the facade. Let them complete their survey and return to their empire. Soon they'll be back with their uplift fleet, ready to guide us poor primitives toward civilization." Her dark eyes sparkled with anticipation. "And then we'll show them just how primitive humanity can be." The Arcadian ships continued their observation, never realizing they were the ones being studied. Above them, invisible in dimensionally shifted space, humanity's real fleet waited patiently. The game was set, the pieces in motion. Soon, the galaxy would learn that appearances could be deceiving, and humanity's long game would finally bear fruit. The Silent Watchers. In the depths of Europa's subsurface ocean, hidden beneath kilometers of ice, humanity's most advanced quantum observation facility hummed with activity. Dr. Elena Chen stood before a vast organic computing array, its bioluminescent tendrils pulsing with data streams from across the solar system. The facility, known simply as Deep Watch, was invisible to traditional scanning methods, its quantum signatures masked by the natural radiation of Jupiter's magnetic field. "They've taken the bait," Elena announced to her team, her neural interface translating vast data streams into comprehensible patterns. "The Arcadian Advance Fleet has submitted their full report to their empire. They think they've been completely thorough in their analysis." The holographic display showed the Arcadian transmission in real time, intercepted and decoded by humanity's quantum entanglement network. The Empire's assessment of Earth was exactly what humanity had orchestrated: a detailed analysis of a civilization that didn't actually exist. Commander Raj Patel, head of quantum intelligence, manipulated the data stream with practiced ease. His biotechnology-enhanced fingers danced through the holographic interface, extracting key details from the Arcadian report. "They're particularly impressed by our primitive but promising nuclear fusion attempts," he said, unable to suppress a grin. If they only knew about the quantum fusion reactors powering this facility. The Arcadians' report was a masterpiece of unconscious bias confirmation. They saw exactly what they expected to see: nuclear power plants instead of zero-point energy collectors, chemical rockets instead of quantum dry ships, and digital computers instead of biological quantum processors. Every piece of evidence reinforced their preconceptions about humanity's technological level. "What's their next move?" Elena asked, though she already knew the answer. The quantum probability matrices had predicted the Empire's response with 99.9% accuracy. Raj pulled up another data stream, this one extracted directly from the Arcadian command network. "They're assembling their standard uplift fleet. 300 ships, mostly automated, carrying what they consider to be basic technological education packages." He paused, studying the technical specifications with amusement. Their idea of advanced technology is adorably outdated. Elena moved through the facility's organic corridors, the walls pulsing with bioluminescent light that responded to her presence. The entire structure was a single vast organism, a triumph of human biotechnology that the crystal-loving Arcadians couldn't even comprehend. Every surface was alive, processing data, monitoring the solar system, and maintaining the charade of humanity's technological inferiority. "Show me their uplift protocol," she requested. The living walls responded, projecting a detailed breakdown of the Empire's plans for Earth's advancement. "They have no concept of parallel development," Raj observed, studying the Empire's technical database. "They think every civilization must follow the same technological path they did. Crystal quantum computing, then antimatter manipulation, then basic dimensional physics. They never even considered biological computing or conscious quantum matrices." An alert pulsed through the facility's neural network. One of humanity's countless hidden sensors had detected something interesting. Elena's neural interface immediately connected her to the data stream. "The Arcadians are deploying long-term observation satellites," she announced. "Cloaked units using their most advanced stealth technology." Raj's enhanced vision zoomed in on the holographic representation of the Arcadian devices, standard crystal tech. "Should we let them think they're undetected?" Elena considered for a moment. "No, let's give them a little challenge. Have our orbital defense grid detect one. Just one. After a suitable delay. Let them think their other units remained hidden. It'll reinforce their confidence." The game of deception continued, each move carefully calculated. Humanity's quantum computers had modeled millions of possible scenarios, determining the exact actions needed to maintain the Empire's ignorance while gathering valuable intelligence. Deep beneath Europa's ice, the facility continued its silent watch. Through quantum entanglement networks, it monitored every Arcadian communication, every ship movement, every technological signature. The Empire thought they were studying a primitive civilization, never realizing they were the ones under observation. "Their uplift fleet will arrive in approximately 3 months, Raj reported, consulting the quantum probability matrices. "They're bringing their basic technology package, crystalline computing cores, antimatter initiators, and quantum field manipulators." Elena smiled, running her hand along the living wall of the facility. "All based on crystal technology. They never considered combining quantum mechanics with biological systems, never explored consciousness as a quantum phenomenon." The wall pulsed in response to her touch, its bioluminescence brightening. "They think they're so far ahead of us, but they've locked themselves into a technological dead end." The facility's vast sensor network continued to gather data, building an increasingly detailed picture of Arcadian technology and culture. Every piece of information would be valuable when the time came to reveal humanity's true capabilities. "Have the concealed shipyards begun production?" Elena asked, though she already knew the answer. The quantum network kept her informed of all major operations. "On schedule," Raj confirmed. "The new biomechanical hybrid ships are growing nicely. By the time the Arcadian uplift fleet arrives, we'll have enough vessels to match them 10 to 1. Not that we'll need that many." The organic computers continued their work, monitoring, analyzing, predicting. In orbital shipyards hidden in pocket dimensions, humanity's real fleet grew stronger. In bases scattered throughout the solar system, weapons far beyond Arcadian understanding were prepared. And all the while, the Empire's observers watched their carefully crafted illusion, never suspecting that their every move was being monitored, analyzed, and calculated into humanity's grand strategy. The silent watchers of Deep Watch maintained their vigil, preparing for the day when the galaxy would learn just how far humanity had truly advanced. Tables turned. The Arcadian uplift fleet arrived with all the subtlety of a cosmic ballet. 300 crystalline ships emerging from hyperspace in perfect formation, their hulls refracting sunlight in dazzling patterns. Admiral Maya Santos watched from the Orbital Defense Command Center as the massive fleet positioned itself in a standard dominance pattern above Earth. "Right on schedule," she murmured, her neural interface quietly relaying commands to Earth's hidden defenses. "And how many ships did they bring to educate us primitive humans?" 312 ships, Admiral Lieutenant Commander Jackson reported. Mostly automated platforms carrying their basic technology package. Their actual crew complement is minimal. They didn't think they'd need many real personnel to handle us. Maya allowed herself a small smile. How unfortunate for them. "Dr. Chen, is Deep Watch ready?" The quantum communication link with Europa crackled to life, Alina's holographic form materializing in the command center. "All systems are go, Admiral. Our quantum infiltration protocols are in place. The moment they try to access any Earth systems, we'll have full access to their network." The Arcadian fleet's commander wasted no time broadcasting their message, a declaration that would have been intimidating to the primitive civilization they thought they were addressing. "People of Earth, we have arrived to begin your advancement into civilized space. Your cooperation is mandatory. Resistance will be met with appropriate corrective measures. Stand by for integration protocols." Around the world, humanity's hidden quantum network hummed with anticipation. In underground cities, orbital platforms, and bases throughout the solar system, billions of humans watched through their neural interfaces as the Great Deception entered its final phase. "They're launching their integration platforms," Jackson announced. "Crystal tech pods designed to interface with and override our primitive digital systems." Maya nodded. "Let them establish their initial connections. Dr. Chen, you may proceed with Operation Mirror." The Arcadian integration pods descended through Earth's atmosphere, their crystalline surfaces gleaming with confident purpose. They attached themselves to various Earth communication centers, power stations, and military installations, all carefully prepared props in humanity's grand performance. The moment the first pod attempted to establish a quantum link with Earth's systems, humanity's trap was sprung. Instead of finding primitive digital networks to overcome, the Arcadian technology encountered something entirely different, a living quantum mesh that immediately began rewriting their base protocols. In the Europa facility, Alina watched with satisfaction as the quantum infiltration took hold. Connection established. Their security protocols are exactly as our analysis predicted, rigid, crystalline, and completely vulnerable to organic quantum computing. The Arcadian fleet's first indication that something was wrong came when their integration pods stopped responding. Then their communication network began experiencing subtle glitches. Nothing alarming at first, just small inconsistencies in their quantum matrix. "They're trying to diagnose the problem," Raj reported from his station in Deep Watch. "Their crystal tech can't even detect our organic quantum intrusion. They think it's a natural degradation in their matrix alignment." Maya watched as the Arcadian fleet's formation shifted, their ships moving to a defensive posture. They're beginning to suspect something's wrong. Time to show them just how wrong they are. Initiate Phase 2. Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden quantum network sprang into action. The Arcadian ships suddenly found their sensors overwhelmed with conflicting data. Their navigation systems reported impossible spatial distortions. Their quantum communications matrix began receiving signals from their own ships that hadn't been sent. What's happening? The Arcadian commander's transmission betrayed their first hint of uncertainty. All ships, report status. But the reports they received only added to their confusion. Each ship was experiencing different anomalies, their crystal-based quantum systems unable to cope with the organic quantum algorithms now running through their networks. Their entire command and control structure is compromised, Alina reported with professional satisfaction. Their ships are still fully functional, but they're experiencing what we call quantum uncertainty cascade. Their crystal matrices can't distinguish between real and false quantum states. Maya nodded, watching as the mighty Arcadian fleet began to lose coherence, their perfect formation dissolving as each ship responded to different sensor readings. Time to show them what they're really dealing with. Deploy the Lazarus platforms. Around the Earth, what had appeared to be defunct satellites suddenly came alive. Their seemingly primitive surfaces dissolved, revealing advanced quantum technology that the Arcadian sensors couldn't even process. Each platform began emitting targeted quantum fields that further disrupted the Empire's crystal-based systems. They're attempting to launch their automated defense platforms, Jackson reported. Shall we let them? By all means, Maya replied. Let them see how effective their weapons are against quantum-shifted targets. The Arcadian defense platforms launched, their crystal energy weapons charging with impressive displays of power. But when they fired, their beams passed harmlessly through the Earth platforms, which seemed to exist in multiple quantum states simultaneously. Impossible. The Arcadian commander's transmission was losing its composure. Their technology is primitive. We saw it ourselves. Did you? Maya's response was transmitted directly to the Arcadian command ship, bypassing their normal communication channels. Or did you see what we wanted you to see? Your empire isn't the first to underestimate humanity, and I doubt you'll be the last. As if to emphasize her point, the first wave of humanity's real defense platforms emerged from quantum shift. Unlike the crystalline Arcadian ships, these were smooth, organic shapes that seemed to flow like liquid metal, their surfaces alive with bioluminescent patterns. This is your only warning, Maya transmitted. Your uplift fleet is currently experiencing a targeted quantum uncertainty cascade. In approximately 10 minutes, your crystal matrices will begin to degrade. You have until then to retreat to safe distance. The Arcadian fleet, their carefully planned uplift mission now in shambles, faced a choice they never expected to make. Retreat from a civilization they had dismissed as primitive, or risk the complete collapse of their ship's crystal matrices. In the depths of Europa, Alina and her team watched as the quantum probability matrices calculated the Arcadians' most likely response. The Empire was about to learn a valuable lesson about the dangers of technological arrogance, and this was just the beginning. The dance of deception. The Arcadian Empire's response to their uplift fleet's humiliation was exactly what humanity's quantum probability matrices had predicted. They dispatched their main battle fleet. 2,000 crystalline warships emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the solar system, their angular forms bristling with weapons that could reduce planets to ash. From her command chair aboard the HS Prometheus, Admiral Maya Santos watched the hostile fleet's approach through her neural interface. The Prometheus, humanity's flagship, remained cloaked in dimensional shift along with the rest of Earth's true fleet. To the Arcadian sensors, Earth still appeared virtually defenseless. They brought their entire third fleet. Commander Jackson reported from his tactical station, his biosynthetic eye analyzing the enemy formation, including their planet-killer platforms. They're not taking any chances this time. Can't blame them, Maya replied, her fingers dancing through holographic command interfaces. Their pride's been wounded. Status of the quantum net. Dr. Elena Chen's voice came through the quantum link from Deep Watch. The network is fully operational. Every Arcadian ship is already surrounded by our quantum observation field. They still haven't detected our organic computing signatures. The Arcadian fleet moved with military precision, their formation optimized for their crystal-based technology. Their sensors swept the solar system repeatedly, searching for the mysterious platforms that had humiliated their uplift fleet. They found nothing. Humanity's advanced technology remained invisible to their rigid, crystalline scanning methods. They're broadcasting their demands, Jackson announced. A holographic transmission materialized in the Prometheus's command center. The Arcadian fleet commander's image appeared, resplendent in a crystalline armor that reflected light in dazzling patterns. Primitive world, you have demonstrated unauthorized technology and resistance to Imperial guidance. Surrender your quantum devices immediately or face immediate pacification. You have 1 standard hour to comply. Maya allowed herself a small smile. Send our prepared response. Let's see how they handle being patronized for a change. The transmission they sent back, appeared to come from a bunker deep beneath Earth's surface. The video quality was deliberately poor, showing what appeared to be scared human leaders huddled in an emergency command center. "Please," the designated spokesperson pleaded, reading from humanity's carefully crafted script. "We don't understand what happened to your earlier ships. Our technology is just as primitive as your scans showed. We're no threat to your empire." The Arcadian commander's crystalline armor sparkled with barely contained fury. "You lie. Our uplift fleet detected quantum manipulation far beyond your supposed capabilities. Surrender your advanced technology, or we will demonstrate the true power of the Empire." To emphasize their threat, one of the Arcadian ships fired a crystal energy beam at Mars' smaller moon, Phobos. The beam struck with devastating force, shattering a large portion of the moon's surface. "Impressive light show," Alina commented through the quantum link. "Their crystal energy weapons are quite efficient at destroying physical matter. Shame, they're completely useless against quantum-shifted targets." Maya nodded, watching as the Arcadian fleet moved into attack formation. Time for the next phase. Deploy the Ghost Fleet. Across the solar system, hundreds of seemingly primitive human ships emerged from hiding. They were decoys, quantum projections created by humanity's dimensional technology, but to the Arcadian sensors, they appeared to be exactly what they expected: a desperate collection of nuclear-powered vessels trying to mount a defense. The Arcadian fleet responded predictably, launching fighters and charging weapons. Their crystal energy beams lashed out, passing harmlessly through the quantum projections. Each destroyed ship released a carefully calculated quantum pulse that subtly interfered with the Arcadians' crystalline systems. "Their crystal matrices are starting to show stress fractures," Alina reported. "The quantum feedback is building up exactly as planned." Maya watched as the Arcadian fleet's perfect formation began to waver. Their crystal technology, so powerful against conventional threats, was slowly being undermined by quantum interactions they couldn't even detect. "Sir," Jackson called out, "they're preparing to launch their planet-killer platforms. Targeting trajectories suggest they're done playing games. I suppose it's time to show them what they're really dealing with," Maya decided. "Dr. Chen, initiate Protocol Omega. Let's introduce them to true quantum warfare." Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden quantum network activated. The space around the Arcadian fleet began to ripple as multiple quantum fields intersected. Their crystal sensors, designed to detect normal space phenomena, went haywire as reality itself seemed to fluctuate around them. From dimensional shift, the real human fleet emerged. Unlike the crystalline Arcadian ships, these vessels were smooth, organic shapes that seemed to flow like liquid metal. Their hulls pulsed with bioluminescent patterns, each ship a hybrid of advanced technology and engineered life. By the crystal throne, the Arcadian commander's transmission betrayed their shock. "What are you?" Maya opened a direct quantum channel to every Arcadian ship simultaneously. Her image, projected through quantum space, appeared on every crystal display in their fleet. "We are humanity," she declared, her voice calm but carrying undeniable authority. "And we've been watching your empire for a very long time. Those primitive humans you came to uplift, they never existed. We showed you exactly what you expected to see, because that's what you wanted to see." To demonstrate her point, the human fleet began to shift through multiple quantum states simultaneously. To the Arcadian sensors, each ship seemed to exist in several places at once, their organic quantum technology operating on principles the Empire had never imagined. "Your crystal technology is impressive," Maya continued, "but limited. You never considered combining quantum mechanics with biological systems, never explored consciousness as a quantum phenomenon. And now you're about to learn just how far behind you really are." The Arcadian fleet's neat formation had completely dissolved, their ships moving erratically as their crystal matrices struggled to cope with the quantum chaos around them. Their mighty weapons, designed to shatter planets, proved useless against targets that could shift between quantum states at will. And still, this was just the beginning. Humanity had more surprises in store for the Empire that had dared to think them primitive. The real dance was about to begin. Empire's awakening. The Arcadian battle fleet hung motionless in space, their crystalline ships surrounded by humanity's quantum-shifted vessels. Their mighty engines, capable of moving worlds, sat idle. Their planet-killing weapons remained silent. Through quantum-entangled communications, Admiral Maya Santos could sense their confusion, their fear, and most importantly, their dawning realization. Your empire has existed for 10,000 years. Maya transmitted to the Arcadian command ship. In all that time, how many truly different paths to advancement have you encountered? How many civilizations developed technology that wasn't based on your crystal matrices? The Arcadian fleet commander's response came after a long pause. Our crystal technology is the pinnacle of scientific achievement. All advanced civilizations eventually discover this truth. No, Elena's voice cut in through the quantum link, addressing the entire Arcadian fleet. Your crystal tech represents one path, a path you found early and never questioned. While you were perfecting your crystals, humanity took a different route entirely. As if to demonstrate this point, the HFY Prometheus shifted through multiple quantum states, its organic hull rippling with bioluminescent patterns. Around it, the rest of humanity's fleet performed a synchronized dimensional dance that the Arcadian sensors couldn't even properly perceive. Look at your ships, Maya suggested. Your crystal matrices are already beginning to degrade from exposure to our quantum fields. But our vessels, they're adapting, growing stronger, because they're alive. Through the quantum network, humanity transmitted a carefully selected package of technical data to the Arcadian fleet. Not enough to replicate their technology, but enough to understand just how far they had diverged from the Empire's path. Impossible. The Arcadian commander's crystalline armor crackled with energy as they reviewed the data. Biological quantum computing. Conscious quantum matrices. Dimensional shifting through organic technology. These violate fundamental laws of physics. They violate the laws as you understand them, Elena corrected. Your empire became so convinced of your own superiority that you stopped looking for alternatives. You saw what you expected to see and dismissed anything that didn't fit your preconceptions. To demonstrate their point, humanity's hidden quantum network fully activated. Suddenly, the Arcadian fleet could see the true extent of Earth's development. Orbital rings that had been invisible to their sensors materialized. Bases on every planet and major moon revealed themselves. And most shockingly, the dimensional pocket spaces containing vast cities and shipyards became partially visible to their sensors. By the crystal throne, the Arcadian commander whispered, "How long? How long have you been hiding all this?" "Centuries," Maya replied simply. "We detected your empire's expansion long ago. We watched, we learned, and we prepared. Every primitive satellite you saw was carefully placed. Every leaked radio transmission was deliberately crafted. We showed you exactly what you wanted to see. Another primitive civilization ready for uplift." The quantum displays showed the Arcadian ship's crystal matrices continuing to degrade under the influence of humanity's quantum fields. Soon, their mighty fleet would be unable to maintain basic functions, let alone fight or retreat. "You have a choice to make," Maya continued. "We can stabilize your ship's matrices, help you return to your empire. But first, you need to understand your situation. Humanity isn't looking to join your empire. We're offering to help you grow beyond it." Through the quantum network, humanity transmitted more data, evidence of other civilizations they had contacted, ones that had also developed along different technological paths. Civilizations the Arcadian Empire had dismissed or overlooked because they didn't follow the expected pattern of development. "Your empire isn't the pinnacle of civilization," Elena explained, her voice carrying through quantum space. "It's a beautiful but limited expression of one technological path. There are so many others. Biological quantum computing, consciousness-based technology, dimensional engineering through organic means. paths your empire never explored because you were so certain you had found the only way forward. The Arcadian commander's next words came slowly, weighted with realization. Our entire understanding of the galaxy, everything we thought we knew, is incomplete. Maya finished for them. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Your empire has achieved incredible things with crystal technology. Imagine what you could accomplish if you opened yourselves to new possibilities. Around the Arcadian fleet, humanity's ships began generating stabilizing quantum fields, halting the degradation of their crystal matrices. It was a gesture of good faith, but also a demonstration of just how completely they controlled the situation. The galaxy is larger and stranger than your empire imagined. Maya continued. There are civilizations out there developing along paths you never considered. Some are hiding, like we were. Others are simply overlooked because they don't fit your expectations. We're offering you a chance to be part of something greater. The Arcadian ships hung silent in space as their commander considered humanity's words. Their sensors continued to analyze the impossible technology surrounding them, their crystal matrices struggling to comprehend biological quantum engineering that defied their understanding of physics. If what you say is true, the commander finally responded, then everything changes. The Empire's entire foundation will grow stronger, Elena interjected. Your empire doesn't need to end. It needs to evolve. Your crystal technology isn't wrong. It's just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Maya smiled as she sensed the quantum fluctuations from the Arcadian ships beginning to stabilize. They were adapting, learning, already starting to think beyond their crystalline limitations. Welcome, she transmitted, to the real galaxy. Shall we begin? High above Earth, humanity's fleet maintained their dimensional dance, their organic quantum technology a testament to what was possible when civilization looked beyond the expected path. The Arcadian Empire's awakening was just the beginning. The galaxy was about to discover just how many different paths to the stars were possible, and humanity would help light the way. In the depths of Europa, Deep Watch continued its silent vigil, monitoring quantum fluctuations across space. But now, for the first time, it detected something new. The first tentative attempts of crystal technology to communicate with organic quantum systems. The dance of evolution had begun.